So we're lucky to have Andrea Slattery, the CEO of SPAA. Congratulations, by the way, 10 years.
Thank you, Andrew.
When it began, and a lot of people have said this, they were quite cynical about the whole nature of SPAA. It was another industry body.
Yeah.
How exciting is it for you to see it as not just another body, but the peak industry body?
Well, I'm really proud, and I'm really proud of all the people that have been involved. It's actually been a wonderful journey. It wasn't easy in the beginning, and if anybody had said to me in the beginning that we would be here after 10 years where we are, I would have laughed at them.
Right.
But it's been an opportunity to develop a peak body.
Where did you think you were going to be in 10 years' time? I mean, you know, because you're a businesswoman, you have plans, you have structures.
I
Where
do.
Where did you think you would be?
Well, I actually visualised exactly where we are now.
Right.
But to expect to be able to achieve that, sometimes that doesn't happen. But in this instance it did. So to be able to be the peak body now and to lead the industry and be the voice of the self-managed super fund industry, and in actual fact be the organisation that effectively saved SMSFs for the Australians, it's very, very proud. I feel very, very proud, and so do all my team.
Do you feel, I suppose, honoured or thankful to be at that head? You know, like, you know, some people don't. They just, well, you know, I was just happen to be there, but you strike me as someone who really is quite thankful for what you've been allowed to achieve.
We've had the most amazing people that have actually had the vision to see that SPAA and self-managed super funds are important, and those people that have had that wonderful vision have really provided an enormous amount of support and opportunity. A couple of them are Nick Sherry. Nick Sherry was the first one to recognise self-managed super funds and invited SPAA to their consultative forum as an example.
So what was that like, you know, when you went to your first government forum, you're sitting there and you're going, oh my God.
Oh, I was...
sort of ring home and go, guess where?
No.
Guess where we're going? We're going to Canberra.
No, but it is an amazing experience. These are amazing people who have great vision,
Yeah.
who are terribly capable in their own world, and to have us there and me there to help them, to provide them guidance about this area is a huge privilege.
Have you had a moment in the 10 years? Like, has there been one great sort of Andrea Slattery moment?
There's
I'm
been
sure there's been many.
There's been a few, but to be invited to present at the tax summit by the Prime Minister was a big moment for me personally. To be head of this organisation and to meet every one of our beautiful members who really, you know, says thank you. I can only thank them.
What about your letter of congratulations from the Prime Minister this week?
That was a lovely moment as well, to get a personal letter that actually acknowledged what I'd done as well as what SPAA had done was wonderful.
So what will you do with the letter?
Well, according to my sister, who's got one from George Bush, it's going to knock hers off the perch in my mum and dad's mantelpiece.
Oh, okay. What about the next 10 years? I mean, you've seen it grow exponentially, you know, in the last decade. Where do you see it in the next 10?
I see SMSFs as being a real leader in two areas, professionalism and in retirement savings. It's an area where more and more people are engaged, more and more people are interested in what's actually happening. There's a more competent level of advice and professionalism. As that grows, that will filter out, more people will become aware of super, more people will become able to make their own decisions. SMSFs will form a very, very important part of that. It's a bookend, but a very, very important part of it going forward.
Are you nervous about the political future, given, I mean, you're on the front page of the paper today?
Yeah.
Is that fun, seeing yourself on the front page of the paper?
It's a bit scary, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the government's obviously seeing that, you know, you've got $460 billion in self-managed super funds, and that's a pretty good target of revenue.
Well, it's interesting because self-managed super funds have outperformed the APRA regulated sector for 10 out of the last 12 years by up to 6%. They have the lowest costs. They're the only ones whose costs are becoming more efficient. They're the only ones that meet all of the government and opposition's objectives, things like adequacy, longevity, equity, all of those things they're very, very good at. Cooper came out with a report that says they're well managed and well functioning. This is a sector that should be encouraged. They're people that save for their own future retirement. Very disappointing that any suggestion should be that this sector should be one that's targeted to meet short-term fiscal measures.
And you'll be obviously fighting.
Well, I'm going to call to arms the SMSF sector.
Yeah.
We have an ability to round up the SMSF sector. Most people think that it's disparate, but it's not. And we have the ability to be able to round them up and get their support so that we can help government to understand that these million-plus people are genuinely interested in their retirement and genuinely interested in superannuation as an opportunity, and that they are not terribly keen on having it as a political objective.
Yeah. You like a fight?
I'm very passionate about something.
You like a fight?
No,
I
no.
can tell. Listen to you going.
No,
Oh, yeah.
I'm very passionate about the opportunity for all Australians
Yeah.
to be able to self-fund.
Okay. And I think all Australians who self-fund are thankful to have you. Thanks, Andrea.
Thank you very
Well done.
much, Andrew. Ta.